after Sunday's Cup Series Chicago street race on TNT Sports.
Shane Van Gisbergen does own the streets of Chicago. He delivers once again.
While Michael McDowell led for the first 31 laps, a stuck throttle forced him to the garage, opening the door for Van Gisbergen. The race has been run just 3 times in NASCAR Cup Series history, and SVG has now won it twice. The first and the most recent. Even more impressive, it caps off a perfect full weekend sweep. Not only did he win both the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series races, but he also won the pole in both of them to qualify first. Greg Thompson, Fox News.
Jurassic World Rebirth pulls in $318 million in ticket sales worldwide, Universal Pictures says, in its first 5 days in theaters. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Thank you for joining us this Monday morning. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. We got temperatures in the upper 70s right now, maybe even crossing 80 in some places. News of service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Several South Texas first responders are helping with flood recovery efforts in the Texas Hill Country. The city of Pharr has reportedly sent an ambulance, 4 firefighters, and a medical service chief to Kerrville to assist. McAllen has sent 3 firefighters as part of the Task Force 1 response, while Edinburgh has sent 2. Brownsville also sent an ambulance and a crew to the area. The La Jolla Police Department also collecting non-perishable food, bottled water, and other items that will be sent to the area to help with the relief efforts. A longtime judge is being mourned in Hidalgo County. 75-year-old Justice of the Peace Bobby Contreras died at his home in Alamo on Friday. Contreras served as Precinct 2, Place 1 Justice of the Peace for nearly 25 years. Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez was among those who remembered Contreras on social media, saying he was a man of integrity, wisdom, and compassion who served the community with distinction. Congressman Vicente Gonzalez also mourned Contreras on social media, calling him a pillar of the community who will be deeply missed. At least 8 people are dead in 3 Texas counties other than Kerr County as a result of Friday's floods. Travis County officials are confirming at least 4 deaths and around a dozen people missing. Officials urge residents not to take boats out on Lake Travis or Lake Austin because of the possibility of interfering with rescue efforts. In Burnett County, 3 people are dead, 5 missing, including a firefighter who disappeared during a water rescue. Williamson County confirming 1 death and 2 missing persons. In other state news, it's a special session of the Texas legislature, and it starts 2 weeks from today.
The big debate will be over whether to ban all products that contain THC. It's dividing Republicans. State Senator Charles Perry supports the restrictions.
I'm proud of the way the Texas legislature took this on. This is not easy.
State Rep Brian Harrison opposes the ban in a video he posted to his social media page.
It's going to have a devastating impact on our economy. It's going to shut 8, 9, 10,000 small businesses.
That puts him in line with Governor Abbott, who wants restrictions on smoke shops, not an all-out ban on the gummies and vapes they sell.
It's 8 minutes after the hour. On News Talk 710 KURV, it's AccuWeather time. This hour's AccuWeather forecast made possible by Martin Farm and Ranch with Purina Feed. It's the best. That's why Doug out in Martin Farm and Ranch carries it. He's a certified dealer. He's got great deals going on all the time. Go by and say howdy to Doug and Martin Farm and Ranch. We're saying howdy to Jeff. It's the summer of Jeff Nordine. At AccuWeather
Summer of Jeff.
On 710 KURV. So today's forecast, Jeffy, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be generally cloudy, perhaps some sunshine breaking through. As we get to around 95, the temperature range for the valley is going to be 93 to 97. And then we're down to 79 in McAllen under partly cloudy skies. Sun and clouds tomorrow gives way to spotty thunderstorms in the afternoon. Same temperature, 93 to 97. And then a spotty storm Wednesday gives way to cloudy skies in the afternoon, 92 to 96. So right around average for this time of year, which is 98.
Are we getting more rain this season than last year?
in the southern parts of Texas, like, from Brownsville towards like Falcon, not really. It's kind of been hit or miss. But right now, looking at like totals throughout the year, McAllen, let me see here. I got this pulled up. 2 seconds. It is at 16.8 inches, and normally we're at 10. So we're about 6 to almost 7 inches over so far. It's not a extreme year, but it's certainly a higher year for sure. And especially with, all the heavy rain that happened in central Texas, which, by the way, if you're traveling, I might as well jump into Texas travel real quick here. We are going to see some spotty thunderstorms again today and into tomorrow for San Antonio. A little bit heavy storms in Houston through today and parts of tomorrow. And then Dallas is dry-ish. They have some thunderstorms to deal with. But going back to Central Texas, the flood watch continues until 7 p.m. For Hill Country and along the Interstate 35 corridor.
All right, for
I know I got you all jumbled.
Tropical coverage
Yeah.
2025 made possible by Lee's Pharmacy, McAfee Insurance, and Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC.
Well, right now, the only thing that's on our radar really was Chantal, which made landfall as a tropical storm Sunday morning on the southeast side of South Carolina. It's continuing to push as a post-tropical depression well into the eastern states. As far as the Gulf goes, southeast coast, July 14th through the 17th is the next opportunity for some, but unfortunately not getting towards Texas. It's more again, southern states and into Florida.
Current conditions for right now.
Currently, we are at 81 in Brownsville. We got 80 in McAllen, 77 in Harlingen, 79 in Weslaco, and 77 Edinburgh.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Jeff Nordine from AccuWeather joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. It's 11 minutes after the hour on the Valley's Morning News. President Donald Trump says he plans to be in Texas this week to visit areas of the state hardest hit by the catastrophic flash flooding.
Probably on Friday. We wanted to leave a little time. I would have done it today, but we'd just be in their way.
Trump told reporters at the Timeline on Sunday, search and recovery efforts are underway for a third day after catastrophic flooding killed at least 70 people in central Texas. Deaths have been reported in 6 counties in Texas. Trump spoke about FEMA after being questioned if he was still planning to phase the organization out.
Well, FEMA is something we can talk about later, but right now they're busy working, so we'll leave it at that.
And Trump was asked if he felt the federal government needed to hire any fired meteorologists.
I wouldn't know that. I really wouldn't. I would think not. This was the thing that happened in seconds. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it. Very talented people are there, and they didn't see it. It's, I guess they said once in 100 years, they've never seen anything like this. So,
Dallas Cowboys say they plan to donate $500,000 to flood recovery efforts in Central Texas. They announced the donation on Sunday in a social media post. They said the $5,000 will help fund resources for rescue, relief, and recovery. The NFL Foundation and the Houston Texans also making contributions of $500,000 each. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News for Monday. It was a long and I hope it was a restful weekend for you if you're not affected by any of the flooding here. Coming up next on the Valley's Morning News, we're going to head over to TSTC and get an update of what's happening over there. That's coming up next on News Talk 710 KURV.
Active Liver is the easy way to get daily detox to keep you healthy and feeling your best. Find Active Liver at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
It's hurricane season. The time to prepare is now. Stay ahead of the storm with Tropical Coverage 2025 on News Talk 710 KURV, your trusted source for real-time updates. With resources from AccuWeather and the National Weather Service, we'll bring you the information you need to be ready and be prepared. Tropical Coverage 2025 is powered by Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC, McAfee Agency, Insurance, Lee's Pharmacy, and News Talk 710 KURV.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
The Brian Kilmeade Show, weekday afternoons at 2 on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
Minutes after the hour, you're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, your home for Houston Astros baseball. And today, the Astros are hosting the Cleveland Guardians. Pregame at 6:40. Your home for Astros baseball at 710 KURV. Made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women at Mission Economic Development Corporation.
We go to Harlingen now, Texas State Technical College, and on behalf of TSTC, Eladio Jaimes is with the provost office, and Gledia Hernandez, who we welcome her back as well, vice chancellor and the chief of external relations over at TSTC. Eladio, let's start with you, my friend. And I understand you got some new programs that we need to emphasize, we need to shine a light on right now. So tell me about that.
Yeah, good morning, Sergio. Thank you for having us here.
Yes, sir.
We're excited. It's summertime and we have, classes going on, but we're excited for the fall because we're going to start a couple of new programs this fall, and those are plumbing and pipe fitting and our diesel equipment technology. So we do have new buildings for these new programs as well.
Oh, nice.
And at TSTC we kind of answer the call of industry and whatever the industry need is in the region. And in this case, there's been a need for diesel mechanics and the diesel equipment technologies for the on the road diesel, not the off road. So like the big rigs and stuff like that. So we have some new buildings coming up as well. So if you guys are ever around Harlingen, come to our campus. We have a huge transportation technologies building that's going up. It should be done next month, and we're going to open the doors up for diesel and automotive in that building here in Harlingen. And the plumbing and pipe fitting, I think we've all used a plumber in our days, and we know that's a career that pays very well, and we're excited to start offering that to our students and to the community here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Is it for standard plumbing use, or is it what came to mind when you said pipe fitting? I was thinking of my brother-in-law who works in Metro Houston, and he's at the refineries and the LNG facilities up there. Is this skill set applicable to that as well, or are we looking at something that's more plumbing based?
It is, and Clea might have some more input on that, but yes, it's all around, Sergio. So we're excited for that program for that reason. And they don't have a brand new building, but it's an existing building that we've put some money into it and really retrofitted it to give the students a great experience to become plumbers when they leave from TSTC.
I wanted to ask you about CCAP. What is that?
The CCAP, what we call, is Capital Construction Assistance Program. Clay, did I get that right?
You got that right. We're big on acronyms in higher ed.
Huge on acronyms. It was something I had to catch on real quick. And these are funds, and Clay, maybe just so we can get it right, you might want to touch on what those funds are.
Absolutely. So the state of Texas identifies some funding that each higher ed institution can seek or ask for funding to be able to focus on building infrastructure. So a few years ago, the state of Texas was able to approve some funding for TSTC to continue to expand and continue to grow. One of the things that the industry across Texas continues to say is TSTC needs to be bigger. They need to have, more facilities to be able to meet this shortfall in skilled workforce. And so that's what we've been doing over the last couple of years. We have broken ground in several projects across the state, and we have all these buildings coming finishing their construction time frame, and now we're going to be opening the doors. As Eladio mentioned, we're going to be having students come into new programs. So this funding gave us the capacity and the opportunity to add new programs to a lot of our locations and or modify our current existing programs to make sure we're able to expand and make space for the growing demand for some of our programs. You mentioned, go ahead, Sergio.
No, finish your thought. I'm sorry. I was going to interject here real quick. Go ahead.
No, not at all. So, you mentioned, Sergio, about pipe fitting. So pipe fitting is a very technical skill. If you speak to a lot of industry, it's a refined skill that people mature and improve upon with time, right, and expertise. It is a skill set that it is utilized in our welding industry. It's being able to make sure that they weld pipe together, but that's also applicable in our plumbing, right? And so how can we continue to expand and make sure we make space and room for more students to be able to go into these industries? Let it be for reskilling and upskilling, or let it them being entering the workforce for the very first time.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's just there seems to be like so much pressure on our local education institutions, everything from, for example, like the high schools that are teaching that skill set or something similar in that skill set, to, of course, you, TSTC, and the junior colleges in the area. It is the Port of Brownsville seems to be like, shouting their lungs out, like, give us more people, send us more people. Elon Musk with all the construction work that he's doing out there as well. And then, of course, other ancillary and complementary businesses coming to Cameron County and Hidalgo County. Do you feel pressure at TSTC to ramp up, expand at a faster rate all these skill sets that are in high demand right now and paying amazing salaries over at the port, for example?
So I truly believe that everybody's best interests are currently aligned, and it is an amazing time. Is there pressure? Absolutely. But we're big on accountability. One of the things that we were established by the state of Texas to do is to be responsive. Eladio mentioned that. We are responsive to industry. And so for us, that is part of our mission. How can we be accountable to business and industry? And that means making sure that we're constantly ahead of the game, assessing, utilizing the data, and for each of our regions, making sure we have a pulse on the growing demand in each one of our regions so we can make sure that we're building and scaling our capacity to make sure that we're able to meet those needs.
That's Claudia Hernandez with TSTC, Vice Chancellor. Our guest as well is Eladio Jaimes. And you also, 7 o'clock hour of the morning news, you have a chance to see us live on 710 KURV, YouTube and X, and on Facebook as well. You can see our friends from TSTC and see the video later in the day. It's an amazing expansion of the RGV economy taking place right now. And man, I didn't even mention like the multi-million-dollar projects that are in the works in Brownsville, also at the Port of Brownsville, and in other big communities around here. We got some big projects that are on the way, and those will likely create more, through the Workforce Commission, probably create more programs, right? So you can, I would suspect, Claudia, that you could probably create a curriculum like really quick, like turn things around really quick for some of these industries that will be arriving, and get that skill set and get that workforce trained, put it on the front lines real quick.
So, as I mentioned, TSTC constantly has that engagement with not only industry, but also our EDC partners, making sure that we're able to build capacity and be responsive, right? So you talked about Brownsville. We have distribution centers. We have data centers. We have all this new innovative industry and business that's coming to our region that has never been here before.
Mm-hmm.
The benefit of TSTC is we have a statewide repository of all the different information of all the different curriculums. And so we can be very easily be a rapid response training solution for our training partner, for our industry partners to be able to be their training provider. So we talk about data centers. We already have curriculum being built that we can be able to start training now to make sure that we are preparing the workforce as these jobs start coming to our region.
Yeah, the high tech.
Go ahead, Sergio.
The high tech and the power hungry data centers. The other TSTC campus is like in West Texas, right? You're near Abilene, right? Where
that is correct. we have, and now you're going to put me on the spot there, we have 11 locations or 11 facilities across the state with 12 locations that we've been approved to be in. And so being able to truly be responsive to Texas industry means being across our state. And so we have that benefit to be able to have 12 different locations that we've been approved to be in, Abilene, West Texas being one of them, but truly really across the state.
Yeah, you never know. We might need some of that data center knowledge down here in the valley here pretty soon. Eladio Jaimes with TSTC is with the Provost Office. Claudia Hernandez, Vice Chancellor at TSTC. For the fall, Eladio, tell me about registration. And, well, first of all, let me pause that. Let me roll back a little bit. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but, for example, graduation numbers. Folks, más o menos, ballpark figure. For back in May, how many people were you able to give certifications to, degrees to, all that? Because I would suspect that number's growing year to year.
It is. Back in May, we had about over 500 students walk the stage with certifications, and we're still getting numbers on what the placement numbers were on those, but we're very happy with those. I mean, we make a very intentional push to get our students placed in high-paying jobs, and that's something that we take a lot of credit for. I mean, take a lot of pride in here at TSTC as part of our responsiveness to the state. But you're right, we're excited for the fall. You know, with we have registration going on. We actually have a big open house type of event on July 22nd, a Tuesday, from 9 to 5, and it's kind of like a big final push. They call it a final push, but it's not really a final push. We're going to register through August, but to bring everybody in, current students, new students, to have that one-on-one contact with an enrollment coach to be able to answer questions and get them registered. And we're going to have extended hours throughout August until 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then on Saturdays we're going to be open from 9 to 1. Just providing that accessibility to our students and our families to be able to come in and have questions answered and get them registered for the fall. And we talked a lot about plumbing and we talked a lot about diesel, Sergio, but these CCAP projects impacted other programs that are already existing. Like our electrical line worker program, they're also getting a new building. And that's a program that's fast growing here, not just across the state for TSTC, but especially here on our campus in Harlingen. It's a program that's we're seeing numbers go up every semester. A lot more interest, a lot more applications coming in of students that want to do that, enroll in that program. And the other programs that are being impacted by this is our biomedical equipment technology and our wind energy and our automotive technology program. I tell anybody that listens to me, I said that transportation technologies building is going to be the premier automotive training facility south of San Antonio. And even in the entire state, there is nothing here in the RGV that's going to compare to that. And whenever you're available, Sadie, you're more than welcome to come to campus. Clay and I will take you over there ourselves and show you around and your people.
Yeah,
and we're offering tours. Our program leads, our enrollment team here, the Office of the Provost, we're ready to, and we are willing to show off our new digs. I mean, we have some amazing buildings coming up that we are very proud of, and we're very excited to show off. So anybody that's interested in coming and touring these new facilities, feel free to reach out to our office and we'll make it happen.
With all this emphasis on energy, of course, the wind turbine technology, autos, diesels, all that. There's another industry that is in much faster motion. That would be rocket engines, the propellant for that, propulsion systems for space. So I would imagine with our neighbor, Elon Musk, down the street, Claudia, you got to tell me there's going to be a corner somewhere where maybe we can train our wetcos here in South Texas for some of this rocket technology that is now here. And we've got the rocket gigafactory down the street at SpaceX. So is that coming? Is that going to be part of
already here?
Okay.
We're already doing some of that work, Sergio. One of the things with regards to our space exploration, we have collaborated with our Space Commission to be able to make sure that we are being responsive in that new industry as well.
Nice.
So being able to refine that transferable skill, a lot of the skills that we are already teaching, it's just being able to make sure that we are transferring that skill set to be able to be applied within the space industry. We have some amazing opportunities to be able to make sure that we are providing skilled talent, that we're able to make sure that our students are able to prepare. We have a lot of aerospace training. We have our aviation program that can also lead into and feed into that industry, and being able to really look at a more center of excellence of sorts of how we can be able to refine that training. So we're already doing some of that legwork and continue to evolve our programs to make sure that we are being responsive.
Yeah. Can you, what would be the title for something like that? A degree in propulsions, rocket engine systems, like you're training the future Scotties of Star Trek's future engineers.
Absolutely. And a lot of our students, they're already working in that. We are a employer provider for SpaceX, as well as several other, when back in the day when we had ULA, so we've been in the space exploration industry in South Texas for many years. And so I think that being able to just be fine tuning some of our curriculum to make sure that it's more robust and that it is being able to meet the evolving and the changes within that industry is something that we really focus our efforts on. But our students are doing amazing. Our placement rates are extremely high with regards to how we're able to make sure that we're connecting industry with skilled talent.
Man, when with LNG jobs around the corner, there will be the permanent jobs for cooling systems, refrigerant systems, conversion of fuel systems, all that stuff. Oh my goodness, I can see the potential for even faster expansion thanks to what's taking place at the port. I could keep talking about this with you all. I learned something new every time I get to speak to you both. And yes, I'll take you up on that invitation for the tour. That's especially if lunch is involved. Yeah.
We're having a ribbon cutting, Sergio, scheduled for September 18th. We'll let you know.
All right.
Love to have you guys here for that.
For the big facility, right? The new one that you were mentioning, right? September 18th. All right, pal. Put it on the calendar. Claudia, thank you. Claudia Hernandez, Vice Chancellor at TSTC. Big thank you as well to Eladio Jaimes from the Provost Office at TSTC. Keep in touch, gang.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Monday. This news is a service of Jay Gonzalez. Injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. In national headlines and right here in the state of Texas, more than 80 people are dead and many more are missing after massive flash flooding in central Texas. Search and rescue efforts continue, including a girls' camp on the Guadalupe River where 10 children are still missing. In Kerr County, which saw the worst of the flooding, the bodies of 40 adults and 28 children have been recovered. President Trump thinks Elon Musk's new political party idea is terrible. Trump called the idea ridiculous on Sunday, saying it has always been a two-party system. The tech billionaire announced the America Party on X Saturday and claimed when it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News for Monday. Coming up next from the program is a check of sports.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The 710 KURV People Poll made possible by Total Imaging Solutions. Their customers have 99.3% of problems fixed within 4 hours.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's Houston Astros baseball later tonight to host the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Dylan Moore. The Houston Astros completed the sweep yesterday, defeating the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1. Houston outscored the Dodgers 29-6 over the three-game series. They were fueled by some late-game power, a homer by Walker in the eighth, and Diaz decided to join the party.
2-2. And Diaz cranks this one deep to left center. Conforto back, looking up. See you later! Back-to-back jacks. First Walker, now Diaz. 4-1 Astros. Yiner with his 12th.
And in the ninth, Jose Altuve capped off the series with a bang.
Pitch on the way. And Altuve hits it in the air to deep left field and sends back Conforto at the wall. He leaps. See you later! Jose Altuve goes deep for the third time in the series, and the Astros lead is 5-1. Altuve's 16th of the year. Boo louder.
The Astros now sit just a game and a half back of the best record in all of baseball. They're back home today, taking on the Guardians. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10. I'm Dylan Moore, and this has been your Texas in the Morning Sports Report.
Let's start with baseball. The Nationals lose to the Red Sox, fall to 37-53. Then after the game, fire GM Mike Rizzo and manager Dave Martinez. Aaron Judge with the two-run homer in the fifth for his 33rd of the season to help the Yankees top the Mets to avoid the sweep and snap their six-game slide. Mexico takes down the United States to win its 10th CONCACAF Gold Cup title. That's sports. I'm Ron DeMoss.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast is going to be under clouds in general with perhaps some breaks of sunshine, 93 to 97 for highs, and then tonight we're partly cloudy at 79. Sun and clouds at first give way to a spotty thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, 93 to 97, and then spotty storms Wednesday morning gives way to sunshine that'll turn cloudy again later with a high of 92 to 96. I'm AccuWeather's Jeff Nordine on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nordine, and much love to our weather sponsors, Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh and Rivera's Machinery on the Expressway in Donna. We got temperatures, give or take, around 80 across the Rio Grande Valley right now. Let's take a check of your border bridge wait times on News Talk 710 KURV. You can find these at KURV.com. Longest wait right now, Hidalgo at 40 minutes. Everything else looks like it's about, well, pause. A couple of the lanes haven't reported yet and on the Hidalgo side of things, but in Brownsville, clear sailing, 15 minutes across. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Monday. We got business news coming up. A check of your money on the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV.
If you own a business, listen up. You've put in the work. You've built something great. And now it's time to think of the future. I'm Sergio Sanchez for the Rioplex Business Exchange, helping small business owners across the RGV connect with serious buyers online, privately, locally. The Rioplex Business Exchange at only $34 a month will list your business. That's right, only $34 a month to put your business on the radar of qualified investors. No commission, no middlemen. You will also get access to free resources to learn your business's value, whether you're ready to sell or just exploring your options. Get 1 month free subscription with a discount code KURV. Visit RioplexBizX.com. That's RioplexBizX.com. Post your business, secure your legacy. Rioplex Business Exchange. where legacies find their next chapter.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Every life matters, and every heart can make a difference. At Pregnancy Resource Centers of the RGV, we offer free pregnancy tests, compassionate support, and truth-filled guidance for women and families facing an unexpected pregnancy. Whether you're looking for support or looking to serve, we'd love to connect. Call 956-340-0164 to learn more, volunteer, or give. Visit prcrgv.com, where hope begins and lives are changed.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Dom Savino with your Money Now. Mercedes-Benz is feeling the bite from tariffs. The German carmaker reported car sales fell 9% from the April to June quarter when President Trump unveiled his tariff plan, which is set to be restarted in August now. Sales of Mercedes electric vehicles fell even further, down 18%. The uncertainty over that restart of tariffs, originally scheduled for Wednesday, has set Wall Street off to a poor start, with futures trading slightly lower. The market is coming off a winning week that saw the S&P 500 and NASDAQ close at all-time highs. One of the biggest losers in pre-market trading is Tesla. Shares of the electric car maker are down 6% after chief executive Elon Musk announced plans to form a new political party. The billionaire's involvement in politics is a long-running sore spot for investors who worry it distracts Musk from leading the electric car maker he founded. That's your Money Now.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast is going to be under clouds in general, with perhaps some breaks of sunshine, 93 to 97 for highs, and then tonight we're partly cloudy at 79. Sun and clouds at first give way to a spotty thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, 93 to 97, and then spotty storms Wednesday morning gives way to sunshine that'll turn cloudy again later with a high of 92 to 96. I'm AccuWeather's Jeff Nordine on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nordine. And weather made possible this hour by Martin Farm and Ranch in Annenberg and Rivera's Machinery on the Expressway in Dinah. We got temperatures around 80 across deep South Texas right now. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Monday. And this just in from the McAllen Airport. They have a few social media posts and a press release from the city of McAllen. For safety precautions due to an off-airport safety concern, access to the terminal and parking facilities is currently restricted. At this time, vehicles and passengers are not permitted to enter the airport grounds, and this measure will remain in effect until it is deemed safe to resume operations. For the most current information regarding your flight, please contact your airline directly and to stay tuned for more additional updates. Again, the McAllen International Airport, for safety precautions due to an off-airport safety concern, access to the terminal and parking facilities currently restricted. We'll give you more information as we get it. Stay tuned to News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's Morning News. Headlines from Fox News coming up.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Is your commercial building ready for tropical season? Man, all it's going to take is one gully washer to shut you down for Lord knows how many weeks, potentially. Got to fix that leaky roof or maybe that weak roof. And see, that the latter is the worst one. I'm happy to present to you good folks at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing and my friend Dale Johnson, who I've talked about for years. Dale Johnson, top commercial roofer in the region, and he's bringing to us Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. You make sure that commercial roofing system of yours is waterproof. And as I told you, knowing that you have a leak, that's a problem. Not knowing that you have a weak commercial roof that is about to expose you to all that water coming into the building, shutting you down, shutting down production, ruining equipment, expensive equipment, and embarrassing you in front of your client. Called Chamberlain Roofing, waterproofing, 125 plus years of experience, expanded services that we haven't seen before, valued warranties, cutting edge roof installation and repair technology for your businesses, all those buildings, even your home if you got one of those flat, low pitch roofs. And of course, the advanced waterproofing solutions I know that you need at your commercial sites, especially if you're building, you got something on paper you're about to build here. You need Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing. Call my friend Dale Johnson. Start that conversation at 956-655-6178.
Be listening to News Talk 710 KURV for your chance to win tickets to the Texas Hunters Expo 2025, July 18th through the 20th, the biggest expo in South Texas. In moments of change, the greatest opportunities arise. This could be your time to shine and grow. At News Talk 710 KURV, we make it simple with tailored promotions, live mentions, and a strong presence across our social media platforms to ensure your business gets noticed and thrives. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, this is your chance. Call us today at 956-992-8895 and let's talk about your business on News Talk 710 KURV, helping put your business on the map.
News and weather information at your fingertips. Log on to KURV.com. KURV.com.
We're online.
News Talk 710 KURV.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. Valley's Morning News for Monday. I'm Zach Cantu, along with our show producer, Fred Cruz. And currently across South Texas, we are in the lower 80s. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez. Injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says more than 40 people are still unaccounted for. 68 bodies found in Kerr County. Flash floods devouring everything, including a summer camp for girls. Camp Mystic saying in a statement some 27 campers and counselors were killed.
Some of these young girls, as young as 7 years old, they were fast asleep in their cabins right near the river when this happened, and these devastating flash floods just swept through. The Guadalupe River surged 26 feet in just 45 minutes, so under an hour, this all happened, according to officials.
Fox's Brooke Taylor, senior meteorologist from Fox Janestein.
Where these campers were that went missing, it was a low-lying area.
President Trump expected to visit the area Friday. America's listening to Fox News.
$14 to the top of the hour on News Talk 710 KURV. And again, in case you hadn't heard, this just came out from the McAllen International Airport. For safety precautions due to an off-airport safety concern, access to the terminal and parking facilities is currently restricted. At this time, vehicles and passengers are not permitted to enter the airport grounds, and this measure will remain in effect until it is deemed safe to resume operations. They'll share an update as soon as the conditions allow. And for the most current information, please contact, or regarding your flight, please contact your airline directly. Again, that's from the McAllen International Airport just a few minutes ago. For safety precautions due to an off-airport safety concern, the terminal and the parking facility is currently off limits. And we'll give you an update on that as soon as we receive an update from the respective parties involved. Meanwhile, back in the Rio Grande Valley, several South Texas first responders helping with flood recovery efforts in the Texas Hill Country. City of Pharr has reportedly sent an ambulance, 4 firefighters, and a medical service chief to Kerrville to assist. McAllen has sent 3 firefighters as part of the Task Force 1 response, while Edinburgh has sent 2 as well. Brownsville also sent an ambulance and a crew to the area. The La Jolla Police Department also collecting non-perishable food, bottled water, and other items that will be sent to the area to help with relief efforts. A project to remove what remains of the original Queen Isabella Causeway could get underway this month. The Texas General Land Office met with contractors last month to set a timeline for the removal. The original bridge opened in 1952 to connect Port Isabel and South Padre Island, and has been closed for decades and is considered too unsafe to be used for any other purpose. The project will remove the remaining parts of the old causeway for use as an artificial reef near South Padre Island. At least 70 people are dead and dozens remain missing after the devastating floods in central Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said Sunday there will be no let-up in search and recovery efforts.
We continue 24/7 operations to search for anybody who was affected by that deadly storm.
More heavy rains remain possible in Texas today. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says President Trump's response to the floods has been vital.
The swift and very robust action by President Trump is an extraordinary help to our response.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News for Monday. Still lots more news and information you need to know coming up next.
Make the call to Culligan today, my friend. I know you will not regret it. For only $35 a month, that's it. You got a reliable, constant stream of satiating, healthy, great-tasting water. You open up the tap, there it is. It connected to the ice box. You got clear, wonderful ice cubes, and, of course, that cold, ice-cold water that comes out of the ice box as well. Call Culligan. They do all the work. You do all the drinking. You and the kids do all the drinking. And speaking of kids, that's one of the reasons I tell you, because you know how it is. You buy a pack of 40 bottles of water, and then the little one grabs it and just like drinks like a couple of swigs. That's it. And put some babas and just puts a spit and a little extra something in there. That's it. It ruins the bottle. Why don't you just call Culligan and tell baby, hey, open up the spigot there, fill up your glass, and you got clean, wonderful tasting water. Everybody in the family will love it. And whether it's, I don't know, cleaning your contact lenses or cleaning a little breathing medical equipment like I do on the weekend, you have a constant stream of that purified water. It's healthy water, and it's reliable. You got a hurricane, you got whatever's going on, you got water. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fight the crowds to get purified water, bottled water. Call Culligan. Get your own system today. You'll love it. 956-399-1780. Call Culligan today.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Ambleside School of the Rio Grande, a better way to grow, restoring.
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV.